This is a completed repair, a very large one as you can see, on a door panel that is non-heat sensitive. Now as you can see, this is extremely bad. Most of the jobs you're going to see won't be this bad, so if I can do this one, you're definitely going to be able to do something similar. Now the first thing that we have to do is clean it, of course, and we're going to use our SEM soap as the first step cleaner. It's an abrasive and it's going to get away a lot of contamination. So we scrub it with our green pad and wipe off the residue with a lint-free towel. And then we're going to follow it up using the SEM waterborne vinyl prep. You can also use the vinyl prep in the aerosol, the chemical version, and scrub it again real well. And I'm going to wipe off the residue again with my clean linen towel. You want it to be dry as you work on this. First thing I do is take our quality gel adhesive, and I emphasize that, a quality adhesive. You need that. And actually the foam is going to act as an accelerator. So by holding it together here, it's going to set up in a very short time, and I have it lined up properly that once I finish my repair, everything's going to be in line. That's going to look really, really, really good. Now, as I'm pointing there, you can see there's edges sticking up and things like that, so we have to get all of that smoothed out. But I'm going to use my gel adhesive on the entire thing first. I put the accelerator on there now to help set it up so that it's all solid. Now my purpose is to V-groove out the area to give me a space to work in to make this a solid, strong repair. Now you can use like 24 grit sandpaper and do this all by hand if you want to. And again, this is such a large repair, I'm trying to speed it up a little by using the tool. Okay, so I'm just V-grooving out the entire, and I'm going to do the entire thing all the way down around the bottom there. And then I take sandpaper to get rid of the excess on the edges and things like that, because I don't want anything up higher than the area when we're going to be finished. So I have to get that all sanded away, and then I'm going to clean it again, of course, with the two steps that I always use. I use the SEM soap, cleaning it off there, and then also the waterborne vinyl prep. Now I'm going to fill the hole in layers with that gel adhesive. I'm going to keep building it up, shooting the accelerator on, waiting for it to set up, and coming back, and I'm going to try to make it pretty level. The main thing to watch, of course, is that I don't build it up. I don't want to have a mound there or any type of thing there like that. So I'm just putting the adhesive all the way through, hitting it with the accelerator, like I say, until I get up to relatively level. Okay, like I say, we don't want it mounded. We want it nice and level as we can. And we're going to sand this again with our sandpaper. And I'm using different grits of sandpaper to get it as level as I can. So just over a few times, not spending a lot of time, so I'm just sanding it there, making it all level. Alright, so that's what we're doing there. So now once I have the whole area sanded, I'm going to move on to my next step, of course, after I clean it. I keep emphasizing that. You have to clean in between each sanding, or after each sanding, with the same two steps again. We always do that so that we're not going to have any problems at the end when we try to color it. Alright, so we clean it up, and now I'm taking my compound. Now that's my acrosol that's been made with red, yellow, and blue together to create a tan that this color is, so that I have at least some color in my repair so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to put a layer of my colored acrosol on there. I'm going to smooth it out with my trowel knife too after I get my chem screen, which I've cut a little bit larger than the crack. I go out beyond the edges. Now I'm going to put my compound, and I come with my palette knife, and then I get a little more compound because I want it to be like a chem screen sandwich. We have chem screen in between our acrosol, underneath and on top. And then I take my trowel knife and I come across, because I don't want to have any edges or lips around the edge, so I make it smooth. Now I'm going to take my piece of Teflon in combination with my iron, which is part of our fixer tool, and I also have my hard yellow piece of plastic that we're going to use since we're working on a curved area, a little harder to press and make smooth, so the yellow hard plastic allows me to do that. Now I take my iron with no pressure whatsoever. I'm just letting the tool do the work, and I'm going to iron this and cure out our compound. And I put my hard yellow piece of plastic on and put some pressure with my fingers to try to keep it level underneath there. You get the feel for this. It's not difficult to do. Now I peel it back slowly. If a piece or part isn't completely cured out, that it's sticking to the Teflon, I know to let it pop back and just iron it a little bit more. And that's going to completely cure out the area, and put my yellow plastic on there again. And then when I take it away, I'm going to be ready to move on to the next step. Okay, so here we go. We're taking the Teflon completely away, and that part is really like a piece of glass right now. That's how smooth it feels. There's no edges, and I'm going to do the entire thing. As we said before, this is such a large one, so I have to go and complete the entire area. Now I come back and I put another layer of our colored acrosol on, and I smooth it out with my trowel knife, again eliminating any edges. Now I switch to my heat gun. All right, now I have compound on the area, and I have my yellow block ready to go, and I'm going to cure out my compound. As I show in other clips, if you go to our other clips on our website, you can see what we talk about is what to watch for when you're curing out your compound. Okay, and then I put my yellow piece of plastic on, and again I'm using my fingertips to try to make sure that it's going to be level, and that's going to happen because when it's so hot it's going to smooth out. Now it doesn't look very good here, so hang with me. I've put compound over the entire area. All right, and then you can take maybe 400, 600 sandpaper and just lightly sand so that if you have any points there, you're going to get rid of them. Now I'm taking my clear texture, and as you can see, I've taped off pretty far away from the repair because I don't want to have a line created. I put a little bit of texture on because we're creating, we don't want to have a smooth area, we want to have some texture. So I'm going to put a couple of layers on there, and you can actually sand it again very lightly to get rid of any points that might be appearing. Now again, I don't want to have any lines, so you notice I took away all my paper, my tape, so that I'm just going to blend my color. I take my airbrush. Now it's important, of course, to have a good color match. And watch this. I mean, you can't even see me putting color on because the color is that good in this instance. So I'm going to actually blend it, and we're putting the color on and just feathering it over there, waiting for it, just time for it to dry. And we have really an excellent repair. What about that?